Okay, so I'm going to go over our resident retention. I'm going to talk about the events that we've had for our residents this past year, a social media analysis, a renewal analysis, and a profile of our residents. So, this is our annual welcome back party that we have every year. It's always really fun for our residents and for our staff. Some new items we had this year, the dunk tank, which I think overall everyone really loved. You can see here, this is Dean in the middle getting ready to be dunked. This actually created a lot of engagement with our residents on Facebook too, because we posted an album with everyone's pictures, property managers and marketing associates, and we had our residents vote for who they wanted to be dunked. So coming in first place was Brian Radesky. Second
that
place,
was all us, wasn't it? Voted on that?
yeah. Second place was Bart, and third place was Dean. So all of our favorites. So here's some videos. This is Rick dunking Bart.
Oh
And next up, we have our very own Shepherd dunking Brian.
Come on, Chef.
That was so much fun.
So that was so fun. The residents also had a cornhole tournament, and we gave away great prizes like this 50-inch TV. We would love to do a dunk tank again. I don't know if it's going to happen. Just because it is a little more expensive, and we did have to jump through quite a few hoops to get that set up, permits with the city, things like that. So we're working on it. You'll stay tuned. Some more resident events that we had over here, two of our leasing agents, they're at a Woodrow tailgate that we had for football season. This was something we did to kind of have a community event, community tailgate for our residents. It wasn't as successful as we would have liked it to have been. And I think that was really because when the students and residents tailgate, they really want to be at the stadium. So Woodrow was a little far. We didn't have that great of a turnout. This coming fall, if we decide to do a tailgate again, we want to have an MSC promotional tailgate, and we'll actually have that at the stadium. So instead of a community event, it'll be more of a promotional event. Some other things we did, our bar nights are always really successful. Up here on the right, this is from some residents of ours at our fall bar night that was at Boylan. Super successful. This is the first bar night in which we ran out of drink tickets, which is huge. We had 173 people total that attended. 124 of those people that attended actually did RSVP to the event. 111 of those were residents, and 62 people that came actually didn't live with us. So that was really fun. These photos are from a new vendor we're using who has a photo booth. The residents love it. We love it. Right in the center here, this is from our spring bar night at Biltmore. We had 111 people attend the Biltmore bar night. 99 of those that came also RSVP'd. We also ran out of drink tickets within 30 minutes at the Biltmore bar night. So we ran out super quick. We ran out of food super quick. We also ran out of food at our fall bar night. Some other new things we did this year for exam relief. This is Maggie here in our WinStar that's no longer operational, so RIP the WinStar. We had an MSC mobile coffee van, so we visited the Point, the 400 Brandon location, Woodrow, and we opened the doors, played music and delivered Greenberry's coffee, snacks.
How did that go over?
It went well. We were actually a little nervous. People were going to be freaked out that a van was riding around giving out free things. But people loved it. I mean, it went so well that we did it again. So it was awesome. This is us again, selfie with the coffee. Here is our group down here at our fall bar night. Pam, Sarah D in the corner there. So that was super fun. Some other fun things we did with our residents, we had some contests for them. This up here is a summer selfie contest, which actually,
That's awesome.
yeah, she actually won. So she was our first place winner. She won $75. But that created a lot of engagement with our residents. And then we also did a March Madness contest in the spring for basketball. So that went over really well too. So now I'm gonna go over our social media, our contests and posts that we had throughout the year. I'll go over our most popular annual contest, which we do every year. This is our Valentine's Day contest. We also implemented something new this year, which was really exciting. It was our MSC Loves Greek Life contest. And then we had a very, very popular post as well. So I'll touch on that here in just a few slides. So this is our annual Valentine's Day contest. Our residents love this. We love this as well because we get very involved in promotional posts and videos. So this was this year's post.
Superstar. You are
So, point of interest, Brownie actually hated Marlo. So, the total reach of this video
This
reached.
is Brian Radesky's ticket to success.
Yeah. It's the reason we keep him
No
around.
matter how she lives forever, Brian.
So this video reached 1,390 people through Facebook. The total reach of the entire contest was 25,689. So that is a huge number, which is why it continues to be our most popular annual contest. We're definitely going to do it again. Our total engaged users, which means people who actually interacted with the contest, was 3,808 users. We actually didn't have as many engaged users as we did the year before. And I really think the reason for that, so the previous year we had a series of videos that we released throughout the contest. With Facebook, videos really create more engagement with our residents. People really enjoy videos, and this year we only had this initial post, initial video, which launched the contest. So I think to increase our engaged users this coming, or for next Valentine's Day, we really need to have more videos. But both last year and this year, the post ran for the same amount of time, 2 weeks. We just had overall less engaged users, and again, I think that's because we didn't have as many videos out there throughout the contest. So these are our winners from our photo contest for Valentine's Day. These are our photo submissions. Our first place winner is here on the left, second place is in the middle, third place is on the right. Our first place winner had 577 likes, 84 comments, and 16 shares. And what's nice about that is you can see our logo on the bottom here. So every time they like this, comment on this, share this, our logo is also being shared, which is nice. So it's promotional for us as well. Second place had 262 likes, 222 comments, and 56 shares. Third place, 209 likes, 81 comments, and 31 shares. So next is our best new contest. This was something new and exciting we introduced. It's our MSC Loves Greek Life contest. So how this came about, we actually had a lot of people from Greek Life, representatives coming into the office, and a few of them met with Brian, and they asked us if we would donate to their philanthropy. So we were just getting a lot of requests for donations, and we said, this seems like something that maybe we haven't tapped into. Let's turn it into a contest. So let's not just give something away. Let's turn it into a contest. Let's maybe create some promotions for us as well. So we really decided, we needed to engage with the Greek Life community. It's a market we really haven't previously targeted before, and 35% of undergraduate population is actually a part of a fraternal organization at UVA. So we had this contest. We put out a post that said, here's an album with all of you can see the fraternity or sorority letters, and it says our logo up here. MSC basically loves, your Greek life organization. And whoever at the end of the contest got the most likes, shares, comments won, and the winner received a $100 donation from us. So overall, we had 1,949 engaged users, so not as many as the Valentine's Day contest. The total reach of the contest reached 10,126 people. So this was actually our most popular post overall throughout the year. Just this post alone reached 8,767 people. So, and just to give you an idea, this post and this album had 17,010 post clicks. So 17,000 people actually clicked on our post, MSC's post, and the photos, and 15,888 photos views occurred. So, for example, to compare that to our Valentine's Day post, the most post clicks and views for the photos we received was 2,477 post clicks and 1,752 views. So you can see just how popular this post was. 17,000 clicks and 15,000 views. So that's amazing. We're definitely going to do this again. So it was very successful. Our first place winner was TriSig, 592 likes. Zeta was second place with 459 likes, and 80 Pi was third place with 315 likes. So only the sororities actually participated. None of the fraternities interacted. So next year we need to figure out how to get our fraternities more involved. So just an analysis of Facebook. We currently have 1,516 likes on our MSC UVA Facebook page. That's an increase of 255 likes since September of 2015. We have a social score with an average of 42.44, and that's actually a 55% increase in our social score since 2014. So our social score is basically, it determines how many people you've reached, how many people you've interacted with, and how many people saw your page. So a 55% increase. That's we're doing pretty well with our social score. Something else that stood out to me when I was doing an analysis of our page, 69% of our fans are actually females and only 31% are males. So I looked into this, and this actually correlates with the number of male and females that are enrolled in UVA and the number of males and females that live in our communities. So there's 54% female enrollment at UVA and 46% male. So it definitely correlates with our fans on Facebook. So something new we've introduced this past winter was Snapchat. So I don't know if maybe most of you have heard of Snapchat. This is a new initiative that we launched in February. Snapchat is actually one of the fastest growing social media platforms in the market right now. So this is huge with the demographic we promote to, and the purpose of why we wanted to create a Snapchat for MSC was to really improve our social media presence, and we wanted to interact with our residents on a more personal level. So we thought it would be fun for them to see kind of behind the scenes of the office. Let's see, they get to see the real us. We get to be a little sillier. Facebook's a little more formal. Instagram's a little more formal. So this is funnier, and they get to kind of know us on a personal level. This is just some content from our Snapchat. So it's a blend of videos and photos. This is, who is this, 132 Chancellor?
It's game day on the bridge.
This is a face swap between Brian and I. It's so terrifying. I'm sorry. So this is a 70s roller disco day we did in the office. The residents loved it. They thought it was so funny. People were like, wow, do you guys dress like this like every Friday? And we were like, no, but we wish. I actually tripped right after this. There's my trip. See?
That's you.
really embarrassing.
There's a breathing here.
Clearly, I, handle
Yeah.
all this stuff. This is Jamie with a beard. So you have filters that you can apply to your faces, and we just have so much fun with them. There's This is our spring bar night. So Snapchat is so fun. Our residents love it. We love it. There's something else we did with Snapchat, which is pretty awesome. There is something called a geo filter. So this is essentially an overlay that you can apply to your photos. And so if you're in close proximity to UVA, there's a geo filter that will pop up that'll say, UVA, or maybe I love Charlottesville. So it'll pop up and you can apply that to your photos to kind of share your location or where you are. So we thought that we needed a geo filter. So Steven used his awesome graphic design ability and created the Madhouse for us, and it says Madison Avenue. So whenever you're in close proximity to the Madhouse, you can apply this to your photos, which is pretty awesome. So this is Adrian in front of the Madhouse with our cool geo filter. So now we'll get into our demographics of our student property. So again, the most striking statistic was that 62.8% of our student residents are females and only 37.2% are males. But again, as we previously touched on, that correlates with the enrollment for male and female at UVA and our Facebook fans as well. So it's pretty equally split between the years that those residents are in that live with us. Second year, third year, fourth year graduate, pretty equally split. As far as age, the largest percentage of 21 to 24-year-olds live with us. The second largest group is going to be 18 to 20-year-olds. So, that definitely makes sense with our student properties. Next is our professional property demographics. One of the main statistics that stuck out when I was analyzing this is that 70% of our professional property residents are actually single, so only 22% are couples. As far as age, it's the older, 30 to 39 is our largest age group. Second largest would be 25 to 29, and third largest is going to be 40 and older. So we definitely have a smaller group of 18 to 20-year-olds because they typically live at our student properties. Now we'll get into our renewal analysis for student properties. So our total renewal percentage overall for student properties was 42%. The renewal percentages did remain consistent with last year's percentages, with the exception of 3-bedroom renewals. So our 3-bedroom renewals actually decreased from 44% to 31%. And after looking into this, the only noticeable difference in the 3-bedroom renewals was with the point. The point dropped from 7 renewals to 2 renewals, and rugby actually increased from 2 to 4. So this can really be attributed to graduation. Over 50% of our residents graduated. As far as our professional property, we had a total renewal percentage of 63%, which is great. We actually increased our renewal percentages across the board, with the exception of the Woods and Earlysville. So 2 people moved out at Earlysville, and we had 2 less renewals at the Woods. We did see a significant increase in the renewal percentage for Nob Hill, which is great. So Nob Hill was previously 46%, and it increased to 71%, which was a big jump.
What do you attribute that to?
We have a lot of long-term residents that are at Nob Hill. So over the years, we've had more and more people that are staying. Now, as far as move-outs, why our residents moved out, 50% was due to graduation, so that's a huge number. The next largest reason that we found residents were moving out was due to residents moving to competitors. There was no real trend as far as why they were, or where they were moving. There's more properties around now, but there's no real trend. So 33.7% moved to a competitor, and the next largest reason for residents moving out was due to relocation outside of the state. So most of these reasons are, these other reasons, roommate change, purchasing a home, those are really out of our control. We do want to reformat our move-out survey for next year, because we know where they're moving as far as, where they're moving to the competitors, but we want to know why. So we're going to reformat that move-out survey so we can get a better answer as to why they're moving to our competitors.
Does MSC, they transferred to another property within our
Yes.
portfolio?
Yes. So the smallest percentage as to why they moved out was customer service. So that only got two votes circled for, out of all of our move-out surveys, only two people marked that they didn't like our customer service. So I would say, pat on the back, we're doing well. People made some comments on our move-out surveys. They said really awesome staff, and one of our residents said they love us. So great job. And here's just a few really awesome reviews we've received. This is actually a resident from Cambridge Square. Her name's Tiffany. This was at our fall bar night. So this is a real photo of a real resident, and it worked out perfectly. So she said, I've been living at Cambridge Square and couldn't be happier. The staff is great to deal with, the events are fun, and the apartment has so much personality. Go Cambridge Square and go Tiffany.
Can you go back to the slide right before that?
Yes.
This one. So to me, that 33.7%, that is our target. They're people we can keep. The rest of these things, I mean, size doesn't really matter, we can see
Right.
that. Purchasing a home, those type of things, nothing we can do about.
Right.
But we can really work on, so there's 33% there.
Right, and that's why, I think it's really important that we're reformatting the move-out survey, because we want to know why. Like, what is it that the competitors have that you're, why are you moving?
Yeah,
What do they have we don't?
Sure.
So, yeah, I agree. Some other really awesome reviews that people have left for us. Saul Rosa is actually an Oxford Hill resident. He moved in this year. He said, I walked through 2 apartments with the staff and they were extremely polite. So that was during his touring process before he signed the lease. Trisha at Woodrow over here on the right, she said, I have lived at Woodrow for 3 years now, and MSC has been great about responding to maintenance requests. I have no complaints. So go Marion, go maintenance, kudos to you guys. Cindy down here she's actually a mother of a resident. She didn't list which community her son lives at, but it was so nice, I had to include it. She said, as a parent of a rising second year, I was not looking forward to the daunting task of finding an apartment in an area that I was unfamiliar with. MSC was wonderful to work with, from the initial phone calls inquiring about their properties to the visits and their helpful input and guidance. Everyone in the office is very professional and helpful. Within several hours, I found a beautiful apartment for my son, signed a lease, and now we are set for the next year. Very grateful for MSC. So I think that we're doing, really well as far as customer service, and keep it up.
Where was that again?
They didn't list I wish they listed the property. So the reviews, you have an option to list, but she didn't. So. And now I'm going to hand it over to Maggie. She's going to go over leasing for this past year. Thank you.
So I'm going to be going over our marketing and promotions, as well as advertising, leases by month, and increases in concessions by numbers. So overall, we had a great leasing season. We were consistently ahead of our numbers from last year. And so instead of doing several different promotions as we had in previous years, we decided that we would do one more involved promotion, and you'll see what I mean by the video.
Oh my God, y'all are crazy.
Jamie can hardly get through it.
So so much wrong with this.
Oh.
You had a baby like 2 weeks before, I know, right?
Breathe.
I was an aerobics instructor on my previous line.
Megan's hair. Good news, right?
I still don't know what that's advertising, but I love it. Are we advertising Jimmy? I know.
Side note, Sarah asked if I bought that outfit for this video, and I said, sadly, I owned it.
Alright, so, we had a lot of fun doing that, obviously, but the rules of the contest were simple. If you took a tour, you spun a prize wheel, and you could pick one of our promotional items. We also gave away a 5-day gym pass, hangover kits for spring break, as well as travel kits if you were going away. We ran this promotion from February 16th until March 4th of this year, which was just at the start of UVA's spring break. It was a shorter time frame this year, 18 days this year compared to 23 days last year. But during this 18-day time frame, we signed 25 leases compared to 28 last year. But the difference being we spent dramatically less. It was about $35 per lease last year, whereas we were right at $13 per lease this year. So overall, it was a really great promotion. We'll do it again, and we had lots of fun. All right, this next slide is going to be about our prospect call sources. Word of mouth accounts for most of the calls and leases that we get, but the next two charts are going to exclude that and just break down what we advertise. Our call sources changed dramatically this year. From our top 3 last year, it was it was our MSC website, BRAC, and then Craigslist were the top 3, whereas this year BRAC is at the top, exceeding our website by 15 percentage points, and Google took 3rd place. Craigslist fell to the bottom with 2% compared to 12% last year. Now I'm going to talk a little bit more about that because that's a pretty interesting difference. The next slide seems to contradict what I reported in the last slide. Craigslist is our #1 lease source, and the ranking remains the same as last year. There's very little difference between, the percentage points compared to last year. We think that the reason Craigslist dropped so much is that Craigslist incites an email response. So whereas other sources we get a phone call from, Craigslist, they'll shoot us an email and then call us. Knowing that, we next year plan to post on more sites like HotPads, Zillow, Trulia, which are listings that are going to incite a similar interaction as Craigslist. But we did begin to implement that plan when we leased like our Sunset properties, 1705 JPA and 817 Cabell. We had a lot of success using those advertising sources.
The one before was prospects, okay.
Right, prospect
I
calls.
was thinking that was leases.
So this next slide is going to show the distribution of leases by the month. It's very similar to previous years. We signed the most leases in November, 251 this year, and had the usual slump over the winter months when students were gone. We picked back up in April with our spring renewal deadlines at our professional properties. One of the only large differences between this year and last year is that September of this year we signed 105 leases. We only signed 46 last year, and that just is because of the early renewal deadlines at our more popular properties.
Samuel, I think this is an important slide for you because you can see there's a small window there. If we miss it, we're dead. And we don't miss it. So that's great.
Looks like they got it.
Yeah.
So this is my last slide, and it's gonna just outline leasing by the numbers. following the trend of a great leasing year, we were able to decrease rent reductions by $1,120. So from $13,408 last year to $12,288 this year.